Hold on, wait a minute. No elderlies, please. We don't discriminate based on age here. Come on. Hey everybody, I'm here. Welcome on in. I'm Geoff. This is WagWorksGA. You can call me Geoff or Wags. I am a half of a creative team with my wife Ashley. Typically she writes, I draw. That's how we work it. We do not, Frank. One of these days, I'm just gonna do an entire stream in old man voice, and that will be the comeuppance. But hey, welcome on in. I hope you are having a good night. I'm happy you're here. We're gonna do some art tonight because that's what we do here. Yeah, Frank, how you doing? How's your night going so far? Crickets. While we are conversing, I will go ahead and get us rolling into warm-up. You're playing Magic? Like Magic the Gathering, yeah? You might lose. Is that rare for you? I do not know anything about your Magic the Gathering skills. Don't know how mightily you tap the mana. That's all I've got. Yeah, so speaking of card games, my warm-up involves these guys. So if you've been to the stream before, you know what we do. I grabbed some Pokemon cards semi-intentionally before hopping on stream here. I'm going to randomly pick one of them, and that's going to be our warm-up. Unless, Frank, I have not given you a request. Losing is always sad. So it is rare, but it's sad. Before I jump in on any of these, Frank, do you have a request? Because I've given Ashley a request. I've given Daisy a request. I have not yet given you one. Skeledirge. All right. Yeah, we can do that. We can Skeledirge it up in here. Alrighty. Let me pull the reference. Make his little flame bird sleep too. Yes, that is awfully cute. Okay, so I'm gonna remember to actually switch over to our Clip Studio Paint window before I start doing all this now, because look at me, Mr. Streamer Man, super on top of the stream things. All right, boom, there goes a reference. It's right in there. For anybody who's like, wait, what flame bird? Well, first I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. It's right here. It's this thing right here. That's the flame bird. It's cool. Yeah. All right, so the deal is the same as usual. I'm gonna set a 5-minute timer, during which we go and draw. And the point of the warm-up is never to try to rush and finish it. It's really just to loosen up loosen up my arm, loosen up my wrist, loosen up my brain, and get me thinking about art. As I am a, day job working father of 2 who is starting his art night at 10 p.m. So I need a little bit of a lead in. Put the name in for Ashley or she'll beat me up. She would never. I mean, perhaps she might razz me or encourage me to be more, regular about putting it in there, but she would never. Okay, I think that does meet that helpful thing. For those who don't know, Ashley is the person who kindly posts the VODs of the stream on YouTube and writes up the descriptions of them. Yes, she does not dedicate as much of her brain space to memorizing Pokemon names as I do, which is probably a good thing. so typing it helps her quite a bit. I'm really quick labeling my layers, which you can't see, but I'm doing it. You can trust me. You can trust me. Ashley's in charge. I mean, she does have the superior administrative skills in the house. Although one of our children, or both of them, might argue that they are the ones who have those skills, but I disagree. Anyway, that was a fun random thing. Let's draw, guys. All right, so 5-minute timer. You're welcome and encouraged to draw along. You don't have to draw the Pokemon. You can draw whatever you want. Frank's gonna draw 12 comics while I do this one rough sketch. I think it was something like that. But yeah, all right, 5-minute timer starts now. That is the text tool. That will not help me sketch a Pokemon and get good. Why get good when you could get meh? Alright, so yeah, I work in a pretty typical workflow for, I mean, honestly, most art, but especially with comics, you tended to follow a rough sketch, also known as thumbnails, going into pencils, which are, you know, cleaner sketch, then followed by inks or final lines, and then, you know, colors, shading, and all that. It's not a super unique workflow. Again, what you should and can expect from me tonight is that I will work through the sketch layer. I may start on pencils, but really what I'm looking at here is getting composition put together, thinking about 3D shapes in space and manipulating the character in a way that I'm, you know, representing it, and kind of presenting the way I want, and also the way that the image looks kind of snazzy and smooth. Yeah, so that's really what I'm going for here. And you will notice, if you are new, that I like to draw my Pokemon sleeping. That's because 1, they're cute and adorable that way. 2, because they also tend to, it gives me a consistent starting point that lets me kind of not spend all my time thinking about what I want to do. I am not pleased with what just happened, but that's okay. Okay, I think everything's all right. I just dragged one of my toolbars inadvertently and was afraid that it was going to go somewhere where I was going to have to hunt for it, but that's okay. It's good. It all appears good. This is kind of the center line. Eyes are a little bit up there. I mean, I wouldn't know because I'm not able to draw eyes, which is why I secretly always draw them sleeping. Oh, Frank, it's been an interesting week. But things are okay. Things are okay at the moment. Who knows what the future holds? It's a fascinating position because I don't work for the federal government, but I work based on grants from the federal government for the cooperative institute that employs me. So yes, what happens in the government is closely tied with my job. But given those close ties and the highly politicized environment in which we now find ourselves, I choose to really refrain from commenting much on it. Really, I don't really want to jump into that fray. That's why my characters are always, that's true in my last comic. Sunglasses. Frank, you're observing too much. You're figuring it all out. Alright, don't drag a ruler down. Okay, and this is kind of the start. There's a little more, it's got a very cylindrical body actually. actually make it a little bigger and kind of taper it down to here, like that. I know these eyelids, I drew the diamond shapes, but it made it kind of weird. We'll fix it in post. It's fine. You just ask facts and not opinions. Yeah. My job is currently still in existence. My grant, the primary grant under which I work, does not really work in any of the politicized areas out there right now. It's weather forecasting for, I mean, in general, for, you know, under the NWS mission of protection of lives and property of American citizens, and support of commerce. We have a specific focus on fire weather. I did make a slight omission here of not drawing the little bird thing, so I'm gonna, even though the timer has gone off, I will just draw this little guy in here, because why wouldn't you draw the little guy? Okay, now I will put my pencil down. Okay, this is a little rougher. I feel, was I trying to talk more while I was doing this? I'm not sure. I didn't get as far as I thought I might. However, I'm okay with that. It's a suitable starting point. If I wanted to come back and do this as a finished piece, it's a place to start. I can see some adjustments I'd make already. I'd probably like elongate the torso to get like a little bit better similarity to the actual Pokemon. I think the eyes are probably a little bit too big on the skull, and I'd probably lower them a little bit as well, just as a starter. But just as a starter. Pokemon humor. Anyway, I'm okay with this. It served its job as a warm-up. Shame on me? Wait, which thing was the shame thing? I lose track sometimes. This is the 30th. I'm saving the file, and I always attach a date so I know when I drew that thing. So now I'll always remember that on January 30th, 2025, I drew Skeledirge, which is definitely, I couldn't even take myself seriously saying it that way. I made myself laugh. Forgetting his bird. Yes, I will accept the shame for that. Absolutely. So bookkeeping stuff. Last week I was drawing a Lunar New Year piece, and that the official start of Lunar New Year was with the new moon last night on the 29th. So happy Year of the Snake, everybody. I hope it's off to a good start for you. Technically the wood snake this year. I did go ahead and finish that drawing. If you follow us on Instagram, which is WagWorksGA, same as you see here on Twitch, you would see this guy. Yay! Woo! Ah, so amazing. Sorry, we've been watching a lot of Moana lately. Anyway, I ended up going back to the green. I really liked the white, and it turns out that there actually is a legend of Madam Whitesnake, which is apparently considered one of the 4 major epic, like, mythological stories of China, at least according to Wikipedia. Of course, hearing Whitesnake, I'm just like, here I go again on my own. But anyway, coming back to what I was talking about, I really like the white, but the wood snake is actually more commonly associated with green, so I wanted to pull back into that. Red, obviously an auspicious color. Gold is considered another lucky color during this, so during the Lunar New Year. So I went ahead and gave it a gold underbelly and scale markers, but kept the snake itself green. Yeah, this one came out pretty good. I think the dragon that I did last year is still my favorite Chinese zodiac creature that I've drawn so far. But this one came out pretty good. I liked it, and not too threatening as a snake. But anyway, happy Lunar New Year to y'all. Yes, and I finished that. So then that finally brings me around to tonight, where we will be working on our Kids Comics Unite anthology piece. We got our edits back. There actually were not too many. So we seem to address a lot. There is some talk about addressing the color palette, making it different between the reality and fantasy world, which you may not be able to see as clearly. That's what's going on here. We changed the borders, which was part of it. But yeah, so like page 1, there's a little bit more. I didn't change the palette, but I did change the shading a little bit, which you can kind of see. Like this guy here is over on the in the real world. This panel here occurs in like the imaginary fantasy world. So we'll think about that one. I think it's a cool idea. Just I haven't really played around with the color palette enough to be able to drop that in. But the good news for me is that what's due in about 3 weeks is nothing else in color, but rather all the inks and lettering. And thanks to my tendency to overdo my my penciling, I'm really the inking is going to be pretty zen. It's just going to be a lot of mostly tracing. I've decided on most of the details, which I like. So it's just going over these lines, maybe tightening up a few things, paying attention to my pen pressure, making sure that I get the quality of line that I'm looking for. But there's a lot here that is already in place, so it's nice to feel good about that. Yeah, there were a couple lettering items, and also removing our copyright thing just for consistency with the rest of the anthology pieces. So pretty manageable stuff, nothing really controversial, and it's pretty good. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, doing it with the pixel art, Frank. Pixel art is challenging, but it looks really cool when it's done well. I will always have a soft spot for that. I remember the first time I saw pixel art when I was 47 years old. Still working on the coffee, but I'm going to switch in a little water for a second here. Okie dokie. Now we play my favorite game of Geoff tries to remember which brush he used for the ink lines on the other page. Let's see, I did have a time lapse going on here. I did, yay. Geoff's first pixel art was tennis for you. That may be the loudest vehicle. I don't know if y'all heard that. That was like possibly the loudest vehicle I've heard on this street ever. Incredible. Oh no, lol, Geoff. What did I do? Okay, this seems fitting. Does it use? Oh, what was that creature? The goose, the Hydra goose, Goose King, Goose King, King Goose. Anyway, I'm interrupting. You had a point. Go. All right, so I've confirmed I'm doing time lapse. I'm going to set my brush color here to black for my inks because that's what I want to do. You only have one, so you have one creature in your whole deck. A Mother Goose. Mother Goose or Goose Mother? Anyway, I am listening. Go ahead, listener. I'm listening. Now, was it... was it a crispy pen or was it... Okay, maybe I'll do a test. I'll open this one up. Make a throwaway layer somewhere. What? What happened there? Pardon me. Just things to bounce your opponent's cards back into their hands and make them shuffle their hands in. Yes, a little bit rude, perhaps. All right, what if I? Okay. All right, let's check. Did I use Almost Crispy Pen? No. It's a little bit of line quality, although that's a bit thick. Okay, maybe. Or did I use the mono brush? Or did I? No, it's not that one. It's the texturing on it looks. But there's not really a lot of opacity difference in there. But I do see some of these lines have a wee bit of opacity difference. Maybe you? That's at 12. What's it look like at 8? No, that's not it. Well, this is all very exciting. So they basically have to play the top card of their deck for the rest of the game while you consistently have 7 cards. They run their timers out every time to make you wait. Well, isn't that kind of like the uniform response for like you're being rude? And I want to like, I'm gonna make you pay. I like that pen. But... Grab your Sprite from the freezer. Okay. Fair. It's not you. Is it you? The brush has a little more tilt to it than I thought I had, and it's tiny for. Definitely not you. Someone save me from myself. I have too many pens. This is insanity. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here is with this one, it's got the texture around the edge, but it doesn't have some of the opacity in it. That has a little opacity. Okay, I'm pretty sure. I thought it was either monobrush or Almost Crispy Pen, and I'm pretty sure it was monobrush. Okay, this is the problem with taking breaks between different phases of things. If you don't take note of what you use, you forget. Okay, but I did want to go to this page one and just make sure I was matching my pen. So now I know it's monobrush. Feeling good about that. Monobrush. Yeah. All right. So left page. Is there anything on here? Doesn't look so. It looks like I've got a vector layer, and of course that's what I want to do my lines in. Or inks, whatever you want to call it. Gonna tone down. There we go. doke. I will say doing some of these different projects, both Core Toons and Anthology project, and then our graphic novel, the one that we're actively developing for pitching. It's been fun experimenting with a little bit of different brushes and messing about with that, breaking away from my most commonly used ones just a wee bit. Actually, do you recall with the brush that I had to use, that I was using, that I had to really reduce the brush size to kind of keep things, even when I wanted to get to smaller details? So this feels like the right brush. I'm just confirming in my head. Yes, Frank. How is your frozen sprite? An emergency. Uh-oh. Your sprite froze. You know, I was gonna ask about that. I wasn't sure if you were going to like just chill it or if you like wanted a sprite sickle. You know, which, hey, more power to you. It was only in there for a little. Did you put it up like close to the coil at the top? Yeah, that can sometimes do it. Too much. Okay, groceries on a sprite. So far I am following. Actually, it wasn't a tattered shirt, it was just a regular sleeveless tee. I want to give a little more line width on here, at least for the exterior stuff. So you're putting the milk away. There was hardly room, so you took the old milk and made a coffee. Okay, yeah. Now you have to lick your Sprite ice cube. So it wasn't like in a can, right? That would have made things a bit harder, and you know, more dangerous with the metal, you know, all that. Unless you cut the metal off and then just had the Sprite. Anyway. Say, did I ever tell you the story of how my friend Dusty and I, back when I was in college, I don't know why, we always had fun misadventures, but and experiments. We took three different flavors of Mountain Dew and decided to boil them down. It was a fountain drink. Okay. Yeah, so we boiled them down into like a, you know, the base syrup, basically. We basically remade the syrup that the Mountain Dew is constructed from. And then we made like triangular molds out of foil. It poured it in and then froze it, and we essentially just made, I don't know why we did this, but like a Mountain Dew Triforce in different colors. I know that, you know, especially since you know, the what, at least in, well, I guess they've always been kind of golden and not the different colors so much, but it was pretty fun. Why? Because we could. That was also during the week that we were doing the Gauntlet del Grande, which the entire point was he was visiting me in Florida for a week, and the challenge was to eat Taco Bell for at least one meal each of those 7 days to see what would happen. And the answer is you end up feeling pretty sick. That's the answer. Actually, wait. Hold on. Is there maybe, is there photo evidence of this somewhere? Hold up. Shame on you for wasting good soda. I wish I could say that we then went back and ate them, but we did not, sadly. Comics. This is back when I was edgy and in college and made comics that maybe had a swear or two in them, which I don't do so much anymore. But hold on, okay. Give me just a second here. The rated R comic. I mean, it's like PG-13 probably. It's not a terribly edgy swear, but I will mask it here just because I choose to do so. But hold on. All right, let's redo this. All right, just a moment. Our sensors are hard at work. You know what? I'm just gonna use this because I've got it handy. Laughing at myself. Don't mind me. Just doing nothing. Doing nothing. So that doesn't work. Shame, Grandpa. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. You know what? That works. That works. I'm good with this. Now we have now been we now have been censored. Yeah, this is from, you know, when I say I've been making comics for, you know, in some way or another for a long time. This was from '07. But this does accurately, you know, because we played a lot of JRPGs, Final Fantasy, and so naturally what happens when you become, you know, ill from food you've eaten, you turn green and take 5 damage periodically. That's just what happens. Yeah. You can tell that at this point in time, I drew a lot of inspiration from the Penny Arcade comic, webcomic. This was actually all done, by the way, in Adobe Illustrator. I think this is Illustrator days. This was not Paint, but using a mouse and doing like vector points and using their kind of vector way of doing it, which was not the most intuitive. Just remaster it. Perhaps. Now I have them say, "Oh, phooey." That's what the kids say these days. Aw, darn. But yeah, that was my experience with the Gauntlet del Grande. A pretty accurate portrayal of how you feel when you eat Taco Bell every day for 7 days. I don't have any photos of me being green and the damage counters showing up above my head, but you know, metaphorically, that's how it goes. It should have been every meal for 7 days. I would not be here. I feel like. And that's not to disparage the fine folks at Taco Bell. Founder John Taco Bell and his family. But let's face it. Let's face it. We all know it's not exactly health food. Tasty though it may be, it's not health food, and it's not meant for everyday consumption, if you ask me, or at least not necessarily fit for everyday consumption. Yeah, so me, my friend, you know, Dusty, and I, as well as our friend Ben, we oh my gosh, high school and college, we did all sorts of very random things that ultimately were harmless, but they often make you kind of ask why, but they were really fun, and I I cherish those times. They were good times. For example, making full suits of scale mail out of America Online for free CD-ROMs. Why? Because we could, and we happened to have a source of large amounts of them. Oh gosh. All right. Orc human 1 complete. trying so hard not to make these faces while I draw them. Oh my gosh. That's me. It's at least, you know, I don't know what that noise was that just came out of my mouth, by the way. But yeah, I'm making the faces. That's how we do. I make the faces while I draw them. Surprisingly hard, or not unsurprisingly hard to do when you're drawing an eyes closed expression. All right. Okay. Okay, okay. Coming together. Tangent line. Must fight all tangents. You reported my wait, which story did wait. I swear it's just traditional art for the Chinese zodiac year of the goose. Oh my gosh, that would have been a hilarious one to do. What's this year's Chinese zodiac animal? No. It can't be. And it's just goose coming in like backlit with like wings outstretched. We're like, my time has come. Oh, we did share. I don't know if you saw in our story. We shared our one of our KCU friends' pieces, Patrick, who, by the way, does the Go Doggo comic we sometimes feature in Core Toons. He did this really incredible, detailed piece of like the dragon with the snake emerging from it, like a 4-panel thing. It was amazing. Patrick is like a literal kung fu master. He actually did for many years design layout for Kung Fu magazine, and then he also has two where are you? Yeah, two graphic novels that he's done. It's a 2-volume story, Tiger's Tale, which is like a kung fu Chinese mythology series. It's really awesome. Patrick is incredible. But yeah, anyway, we did share that in our story. That you just reminded me of it. Okay. Do I want to try to separate out the background? I don't think I do. I think I'm good. I will do speech bubbles on a separate layer. Just to be safe. At this point, I can no longer even remember if I'm being consistent with what I call them. But that is way too big. Way too big. Did I do a 6? Trying very hard not to tangent this. Okay, wait a minute. What is up here? This is not acting like I remembered acting on the speech bubbles. Speech balloon word bubbles. Speech bubloons. No, it is a slanted tip on the pen because I can see the difference in the Where's Ashley? She already headed to bed before stream started. We've had one kiddo fighting a cold the last couple of days. Clearly the other one probably fighting it, but just not as obviously. You know, we had you know, an epilepsy day going on. So it's been full. There's been lots going on. So she called it tonight. I believe she will, you know, be returning with her usual commentary and brightening the stream, hopefully next week. Okay, so that's good there. Go back to inks. So get into the background. Usually, my typical urge is to really separate everything out, so I would have like the foreground, like I'd have the characters on one layer, the background on another layer. Oops, that is not an eraser, man. Etc., etc. But I'm trying really hard to be a little more efficient in my work where I can. Oops. I mean, you could, you know, take like I don't know how big of a fountain drink it is, but you could take, you know, well, you could even take a bowl, but like a mug, you know, put a little bit of water in it, not so much that it'll overflow, but microwave that to where it's at least somewhat warm, and then put that in there to help it start melting. Just a thought. But then the, you know, the rest of the Sprite that is frozen will help keep it cool. Happy little trees. Happy little trees. Happy little trees. No, just kidding. No, you're gonna suffer. Then what you do is you get a fork and you stab it, and you stab that Sprite over and over again, and you chip away at its cold, frozen exterior until it yields its deliciousness. Or you get a knife and cut off chunks of it and chew it hard if you really want to suffer. You're doing that already with a straw. All right. Still counts. Suffering credit granted. I feel like there's a joke coming here about watching this stream or watching me try to draw a straight line 100 times. But that's okay. Like you're using one of those taps that you hammered. Have you ever done that? I have not myself, but I do know what you're talking about. Let's scoot this a little bit over because I want this to come in like that. I rounded this bench out and it almost feels like a bluey bench right now. Which honestly, that would be high praise if someone's like, hey, the thing you draw makes me think of bluey. Alright, we'll close. Well, I don't want to make this like overly overdone. I will try to close some of these gaps just to make my life a little bit easier when I come to color it. So like Geoff 2 weeks from now isn't like, why did you leave all these open lines? This is miserable. You just saw it on Hunger Games. Wait. I haven't seen... I saw the second movie, right? Saw the second movie. I don't think I've seen the third and fourth, right? Because I split the last book into 2. Is that right? And I know I haven't read all the way through. I started embarking on that journey and then life happened. Maybe that might be when, you know, when child was born-ish. It happened in the second movie. Okay. Then I've just failed to remember it completely. But that's okay. Because I said so. I might color in some of the trees in the background there, but not line it. Yeah. Time to move on to the next panel, Geoff. It's been 12 hours. A sponsor gives it to them. Okay. I remember seeing it on an episode of Paw Patrol. Yeah, I'm not going to switch my inking style. But in Paw Patrol, it is not given to them by a sponsor in a game where they're fighting for their very lives. That would be a very different Paw Patrol than the one that I am used to. Ooh, is this Final Fantasy X-2 music? I think it is. Or... Nope. No, I just know this music because it's been on the Game Chops music. This is from Ridge Racer, which I have not played. Okay, Boomer. Paw Patrol. That eyebrow might have gotten a little bit out of control. That might be too much. Yeah, we'll bring it down a little bit. When does The Thing come out? You mean the Dogman movie that's coming into theaters tomorrow? That's probably not what you're talking about. I'm guessing. The Anthology? What thing? What thing do you mean, man? Oh, the Anthology comic. With a Kickstarter, it's going to be crowdfunded. The Kickstarter campaign is set to start in April. So lines and lettering are due February 21st for us to turn in. Final colors and shading are due March 21st, I believe. At that point, all the completed comics from I think 29 of us, 29 of us that have made it through the gauntlet so far will be in. Design will put them together. Things will start rolling while marketing gets the Kickstart campaign going. Yeah. So that we won't have, I don't think, the physical books right when the campaign starts, but at least everything will be set to make the books, assuming everything gets funded in pretty short order after that, which will be cool. Okay, I'm at 3 right now. I swear, when I make affiliate someday and I have emotes, one of them is just going to be drawing a line like 20 times over. The first Halo book. Wait, is that Star Wars? No, I know it's not Star Wars. I know what Halo is. Like, insane how? Because there's insane, like, exciting, there's insane, like, really, really good, and then there's insane, like, Master Chief bit the head off of a bird as he screamed utter gibberish. Like, you know, which that would be a real change. Tonally. I don't recall seeing anything about biting heads off of birds in Halo. Wait, is this? Is this track made up of like the Mario jump sound sampled along with like the Switch commercial snapping sound? That's incredible. Okay. So you got your really solid dystopian future threads going. Good. That is definitely the Nintendo Switch snapping sound. I would recognize that anywhere. That's funny. So is this like, this is like an origin story for Master Chief, right? Like, by the way, full disclosure, I haven't played a Halo game since I was like in college. And even then it was only like a handful of weekends at a friend's house. We'd get together in games. So if you expect me to have a lot of knowledge, you're probably going to be disappointed. But I knew, Master Chief there was something different going on with that dude. than the standard soldiers. Standard. Alright, what time is it? It's about 11:08. I might actually skip doing a break right now. I don't feel like I need to stop, and I'd rather have more panels done at this point. We're only a 2-hour stream anyway, so it's not too bad of a stretch. Might actually bump it up even to 4 here because we're further zoomed in. Yeah, this feels right. Well, that's really unfortunate. You see, the weird thing that wouldn't it, like, it would make sense for maybe it to happen with one of them? But then by the time that something happens with one, wouldn't he kind of be like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Maybe restraint would be a good idea here. Wait. That is one thing I keep forgetting to check into is like the gestures in clip, because I sometimes accidentally undo lines and I haven't figured out how exactly yet. It was very entertaining. Probably would erase that and redo it with the lighter color one if I was when I do the colors, but for now it's good. You mean in the book itself, right? Like clearly the world is aware of them in the setting of it, I would guess. Nobody has. Oh, so they were just like, let's create a whole bunch of super soldiers to see if we can. I mean, I feel like this does check out for humanity. This is kind of how we do. backpack here. Oh right, Rebels. That was part of the setup that you told me at the beginning, and I totally blanked out for a second. Cool. I remember things. It's great. I'm totally a remembering person who always remembers things. I mean, it certainly doesn't sound like a light comedic romp, that's for sure. So I did skimp a little on the details here on the pencil, so I'm just having to think a little bit about, you know, hands. That's one heck of a first mission. Hands. Yeah, this isn't quite. Okay. No, I don't think I like that better. You know, every now and then. You know, I think part of it is this thumb is too high and too inside. Yeah. It's definitely a part of it there. Just looking at my hand for reference, don't mind me. Look at that, I got the perfect reference right here. It's like, boom. Boom. Okay. Make that a little bit thicker. Making fun of that for that. Trying hands are hard. If only you had some to look at. Yeah, I mean, yes, but also still sometimes hard. Harder than you would think for having your references attached to you all the time. Do not like that eye that I drew there, so I will keep this much more low level detail. Low level detail. Okay, if that's the case, the hand does not extend all the way here. The shirt kind of would come across here. So we're kind of like that. Okay. The baseball jelly beans comic was making a comic before she finished her baseball illustration. Tell you what, you are pretty quick, I gotta say. I gotta say, kid, pretty fast. Okay. I always have to. Okay, hold up. 1 second. 1 second. Well, I wasn't going to take a break. I was going to get a reference. For the D20s, it just always helps me to be actually looking at one. This was one of my first sets that I ever got. It's my tried and true. Sometimes I got a really cool like liquid core set for Christmas that I've been using in our library game. But every now and then, especially if I need to do like roll with advantage, I'll fall back to this one. All right. Can I just set you here? Will you stay? You will stay. Excellent. It's just a dodecahedron. True. Like that, and then this guy comes down here and in here and in here, this one here, so maybe a little more flat. I should have made this one a little bigger. That's what I think part of the problem is. All right, so this is flat here. Then there's like a little bit of you. Something like that. Not bad. Okay. That will work for now. Place you right here. Let's just see what I roll tonight. 15. Alright, I survived. Let's go to the bar. The what now? Which one would that be? Yeah, that's pretty good. That's okay. Pretty happy with that. The tavern, the saloon. We can get a sarsaparilla. Do you go to bars frequently? Ever? I don't know. It is a different life for me. No, I'm broke. Yeah. I mean, I'm saying it's expensive. I'm not saying you specifically in this case. Say, how many D20s can you make yourself draw? Let's do a bunch. It'll be fun. Good times. That's why you need me to cover your tab. Now the truth comes out. Now we know what's up. Why you? No, but it's expensive to do that. Which I know I'm all like, hey, look at me and, you know, Disney and stuff, but part of the way that you afford stuff like that is you don't go to bars. Also, at this point in our lives, it is not like having drinks and stuff is not really a helpful state of mind to be in often. You know, it just isn't. Alright, I'll probably do a sound effects layer. Make that vector. Yes. Yeah. Now this one I think I'm gonna do straight up as without making it like bubble letters kind of. Well, for this sound it makes sense. And actually label it so next time I open this file I remember what I was doing, because that's always fun. Did I ever draw in the... Oh, the 90s S. Yes. Like, yeah, you're talking about like, hold on, this brush. Oh my gosh. This guy, right? The whole... That one? Didn't like every kid in the 90s? I mean, that's why they call it the 90s S. Like every kid drew this, yeah? Yeah, that's the guy. I also, at that time, drew comics of myself but I looked like, I think I showed one of these on stream like a year or two ago. I drew myself like this, and for some reason, I gave myself like Wolverine claw hair. Like this was literally like super baggy shirt. This was how I drew myself back in the day. You need an hour long. It would be actually kind of interesting to see how it came to be. And then later I evolved my style to be, you know, that hair with the ears. This was me later. And then I got like super Penny Arcade. How did I do my hair? It was more like this. Yeah, like that. With like the gigantic thick collar on my shirt. That was another one. And now I draw myself differently every time because I was so like into that Penny Arcade style for a long time. I very proactively made the choice to get out of it. And then I kind of I don't quite know how it's going to come out when I draw myself because I slightly vary the style every time. Now draw yourself very angry because you're in traffic. So this is what I mean now. If I draw myself, it's very much, I don't quite know where it's gonna come out. There we go. How's that? Yeah, try to rest the steering wheel guy there. Yep, and there, and there, and always wear your seatbelt. Yeah, honestly, I that one came out pretty okay. I'm pleased with that one. Not bad for in the moment. Oh gosh, what brush am I using right now? I'm still using mono brush. Okay. This it does definitely capture the feeling, my inner feeling of being stuck in traffic, I feel like. Although honestly, traffic doesn't bother me now as much as it used to. Like, I remember when I first moved to Houston, we were there for like a year, a little over a year maybe, and I was not excited to drive because like I hadn't really lived in a bigger city before, and traffic was intimidating to me then. Since then, we've lived in DC, which goes back and forth with LA for the worst commute in the nation, Atlanta, and now here, and I've become fairly accustomed to being stuck in traffic, so it doesn't get to me. Only like 20. Wow, I didn't realize I was that few. I thought it was going to be quite a bit to try to render that. Frank, you come up with fun experiments, that's for sure. I think I was doing like, I can do 2 probably here. Oh, Frank, I don't know if you saw, I actually did pop in on one of your streams the other day. I try when I see you online, if I'm not like in the middle of something, but usually I try to like pick a time where I could come and do chat, but finally this time I'm like, no, I'm not gonna lame out. I'm just gonna pop in for a minute, even if I'm heading out in a minute, just to get the view count up. Not that you need it any more than I do, but just solidarity, support. That's what I'm going for. Support. All right. What? Oh no. I did it again. Okay. So yeah. Go back to my inks layer. Draw this line about 30 or 40 more times. There we go. Draw this line about 27 times. No, I mean, I don't figure that you're sitting there monitoring who's in your chat room. I know that's not really a recommended practice on Twitch anyway. And I don't think it actually helps anything. Earlier when I first started streaming, I was very interested in seeing who all was in there, but also at the time it was mostly just bots. It feels like Twitch or OBS or somebody did something smart recently where the bots either are blocked or they just don't show up anymore in the viewer count. Because when I have bopped in every now and then, I don't see any of them, which is probably for the better. Do I want to turn on a little more stabilization? Maybe, yeah. Now, I was thinking about making him roll a 1 in this case, because, like, you know, he takes damage plot-wise. I got 2 bots in a row yesterday. Wait, who's Nat? I know Rai. I know, like I've hopped in on a few ones that you've recommended, but I don't think I know Nat. FYI, usually if you see me pop on, I'm probably in the middle of doing dishes and just kind of like listening, watching while I'm doing that. I will say, for whatever it's worth, I'm not like so opposed to swears that I will like disappear from a channel if they do it. I just choose not to use them, really. I think that, you know, I don't know, I just, especially with kids and being around kids and doing kid materials, I just get in the habit of not, and so it feels weird and forced to do it. And then it's like, well, I can probably think of other language to use that's in often cases funnier than just dropping a swear. She's that golden graphics girl I told you about. You told her about me saying, ooh, he's too old. Oh, he's old. How old do you actually think I am? I'm 19. I've had a very hard life. Which would mean that comic that I showed you that I drew in 2007, I would have done, you know, at the age of 3. Yeah. Prodigy. Prodigious. Prodigious. She's a baby streamer like me. I like that here I am like almost a year and a half. No, am I a year and a half already? Oh no. July 3rd was my first stream. Doing the mental math. I am almost at a year and a half into this journey. But I am still a baby streamer, truthfully, in a lot of ways. I don't know, one of these days I will truly put some effort into growing the stream, but I'm just having fun right now. It's good times. Oh, we were talking about the idea of possibly doing a, for Core Toons, do a Saturday morning Core Toons, like a short, it's not gonna be like a 2-hour long thing. Live draw type of thing. So that could be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that possibility. Wait, you're a baby streamer? I mean, I guess on Twitch, you know, there's the massive streams and all that have like tens or hundreds of thousands of followers. So how long have you been streaming? Because I know you were doing it for you were streaming before you ever came into my stream, before I ever met you. But then I guess you said you took some time off and you got back into it recently. A baby streamer in your group. Okay. That's why I go to other babies. All right, I'll put the 4 in here, but I may come back and make it a 1. Also, like, none of these numbers are actually gonna stay in inks anyway. They're gonna eventually be colored, but just for a reference for when I submit this, I'll have them in here. Since 2018, okay. So are you part of a team? Is it Teams? Oh my gosh. This is something I should know. I have been viewing Twitch since like 2014. I should know these things. Are you part of a merry band of streamers, boy? What is your affiliation? So 2018 though, that's no wonder you know so much about it. What's your stream gang? Someone please help me. Save me from myself. Just your friend group of streamers. Okay. Because I was thinking of, you know, you'll see groups, affiliations on some streams. Guilds and the like. Happy Fun Time Squad. What have you. I'll try to get this line thicker. Yep. Yeah. There we go. Twitch Teams, but I never heard about making or joining one. Okay, Teams. That's what I was, I guess, what I was thinking of. I mean, I know groups like that can be really helpful for growth and support. I mean, you even see it like in the kidlit world, like oftentimes they'll have author debut groups. So like authors who have picture books that are debuting in a certain year, they'll all kind of team together and then support each other. You know, they'll signal boost, do all that good stuff to kind of help get get word out, and it's much more helpful than trying to do it all alone. That's for certain. Oh, nice. I love the Dark World theme. This is a good one. Deku Trio. Man, they are so... I've heard a bunch of pieces that they do. Cool. Just saving that note off there to look up that there song there. So Frank, what got you into streaming? Like, what was your moment when you're like, I'm gonna do this? Please tell me that is not his Twitch name. Okay, so Joe is someone that you already knew in real life. Interesting. Okay, I honestly have spent zero time on Mixer. I've never before it shut down. I never had checked it out. Okay, so Mixer shuts down. Your hard work, fame, gone in a flash. What will Frankie do? So then, like, had you decided at that point already that, like, streaming was something that you liked doing so much that you wanted to continue doing it, even if your first platform disappeared? I'm guessing there's more story coming. I'm just asking questions in case there isn't. Because I'm curious. I guess to know. Just on and off now? Okay. Bum 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 bam 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 bum 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 ba da ba da ba ba da bum 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 bum. The musical stylings of Geoff. So now you'll just stream if a friend acts. Is that the secret sauce to your stream schedule? Frank on demand streams. Pretty cute. Cute. My goal is to keep this face as close to this expression as possible. So I know you do a lot of Dead by Daylight, usually interspersed with art. Is there anything else that you like to stream, or is there anything that you haven't streamed that you kind of have wanted to? It's always Frank, I'm bored stream. Honestly, though, that's pretty cool. To be like, you know, to know that your friends see you as like super enjoyable to watch and interact with, and like, I think that's pretty neat. So you used to love doing first playthroughs, but now enjoying games for yourself. That's cool. So, like, what are some of the games that you played through? So many. Yeah, that pose with the hands doesn't look quite right. Not quite there. Not quite there. That seems more natural. That makes more sense. All the Life is Strange games. Okay, I've heard those are pretty amazing. Haven't played a single one. I mean, that's, for me to have not played a video game is not shocking. I don't actually game very much these days. Ooh, Portal 1 and 2, fun. Call of Duty, Walking Dead. Wow, man. You were not kidding when you said so many. Red Dead Redemption. Cool, wow. Boop. Maybe I'll notch it down just slightly for the one because he's in the background a wee bit. I figure one of these days, for like a special occasion, like a birthday or a stream anniversary or something, I might get my OBS graphics settings figured out and actually stream a game for a few minutes, but I do want this to stay mostly an art stream, but it's cool. I mean, it's obviously, this is Twitch, so clearly it is super fun to watch people play through stuff, and that's kind of where I get my vicarious gaming, because I don't I play with the kids, but I don't play much at all for myself. So getting to, if I can be doing dishes, like getting something productive done, or doing art and listening to someone else play something and kind of get the feel for it, that counts for me. Kind of checks the batch. Checks the batch. Swirtle. Oh, so does it reset at midnight? Because if so, you have 7 minutes left, and you could do something with that, my friend. Ugh, I only inked, what, 7 panels today? Come on, man. Yep, that's an eraser. Oh, it probably resets based on your local time, unless it's all set on Eastern time. Is it Eastern time or is it local time dependent? I forget that you are Westwood. You are living in the past. And/or orbit in the wrong spot. Grogu. I feel like that's way too obvious, and there's no way they would do that. Pilot was all wrong. Okay. So there's no O. So not Grogu. It's not Poodoo. Although that also would probably be too many letters. Of all the Star Wars quotes, that one pops into my head more frequently than you might realize, or it might seem reasonable. Oh, Sebulba. This one, you've got me thinking about it. Any more guesses? Any more info? I'm now semi-invested in this. Just let me make sure I'm still drawing on the right layer. I am, yay! Hooray! How delightful. Thinking, okay. Brain over. Bum, bum, bum. So there's like a branch here. Just to avoid tangents with the question mark, I'll go to my sound effects layer here now. You entered crazy, so that should show that there's at least an R. A is in the right spot. So there is a C, there's an R, and they are in the wrong spot. Nope, that's the sound effects layer. Back to inks. There we go. There. And go to 2. Oh, it's alphanumeric. Okay. Yes, that does make it even more challenging. Yes, yes. Word bubbles, word speech bubblers. That is actually on a layer over the top of the pan. No, what? Do that. Yeah. Might want to make that a little bigger just to make sure it pops out. Make the tail a little lighter. Rotate you because I definitely. Bum, ba, da, da, bum, ba. Bum, ba, da, 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 ba, 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 da, da, ba, ba. Eh? Okay. What's going on with you? Nope. Nope. Okay. Fixed it. The hint was an iconic piece of fashion. Oh, my Star Wars fashion. No, I just... Hmm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did forget how many panels we packed into these pages. I was like, oh, I thought that I was like 2/3 done, having done 7 panels, which is way more than your average Core Toon. But no, we're only about halfway through. There's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 panels on this page. We were very efficient. Iconic piece of fashion. I mean, CR and O. It's not like crown, right? Like Queen Amidala's crowns. Oh, N isn't there. There's no N if Endor wasn't it. So it wouldn't be crown. I mean Jedi robe, but that doesn't. No E. C and R aren't in the beginning. Oh, that's true as well. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Well, tell you what, it is midnight, so I'm gonna wrap up the art portion here, switch over to just chatting for a few. Made some progress. This is not bad. This is not bad. We only have 3 pages to ink. I'll handle the lettering too, but I've got about 3 weeks to do this, so I'm pretty confident this is, we'll be making progress here. I'm probably gonna be coming back to this next week just because outside of this, I've had a couple of full color spreads to do for a pitch fest for a graphic novel that's due around the exact same time. But it's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty happy here. All right. Swirtle. C and R aren't in the beginning. So then the most common thing would be to have an R and a C. I mean, the R would probably be either... So wait, we didn't figure out where the O is. I would think that it would be like O-R? something OR. Something something OR. Something something dark side. Okay, so we put reach to figure out letters. Yeah, so my thought is this. If there's an O, the R is going to be, has to be adjacent to it. Like just in terms of the English language, that is the most likely placement. Not first, not second, not last. A is the third letter. O is eliminated. I thought you said for sure there was no O's. You said that before as well. Okay. I was latching onto that from the first thing that you said. But maybe I was... No, that was not O. And or was it R? Okay, R is what I was thinking of. I'm mixing it with it. Okay, no O. 4 is the fourth. Okay, I think at this point, it's exhausted my Star Wars knowledge. Once you start getting the number in there, yeah. Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing, Frank. Oh, wait. R is the fourth. Wait. Oh, okay. Four, not the number 4. But, so have we eliminated S and F? Like, could it be scarf? Iconic Star Wars fashion. Scarf! I don't know even if that makes sense. But that's where my brain goes. Because I don't know what something something ARC is. I mean, I know, like, you could say, like, parts of Rey's outfit from Force Awakens are scarf-like that she covers up, like, in the desert on Jakku. Wait, is it scarf? Or did I lead you to some, or did I give you a hint that got you to something else that was the correct answer? Oh, goodness. We won on the 5th word. Yay, we did it. Let's go. I don't know. I've never been so excited about Swordle. But that's awesome. All right. Teamwork, my friend. We did it. We did it. And I think that's a good Victoria's note to wrap things up on. I would agree. Robes. I mean, like, I think Star Wars fashion, I'm like, robes, Jedi robes, always. Sith robes, Jedi. They're all, you know, even Queen Amidala had like robes, basically. I would almost, yeah, crowns, capes, vests, like Han Solo's vest. Oh, time for my weekly review of Frank's comics. Okay, we can do that. I'm okay doing that. Frankstagram. Do you have something that you need to send yet, or am I just checking out your page here? Storing it real quick. Okay. Just let me know. You have the first two panels and you're figuring out how to end it. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Let's do the thing. Okay. 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 All right, here's what we got. Here's what we've got. Why do you drink that stuff? It's the best part of my day. Okay, and this... Wait. There we are. Okay. So we're just looking for a third panel here. And this is mom, right? Of course I did all that in 2 seconds. Okay. You could kind of get a best of both worlds without the antagonism, I think, if you made the third panel kind of being letting the mom imply that it's not necessarily just the coffee, but it's like that this is when she sits and has her time with Hannah, right? You could actually switch to a view where, you know, she comes and she's like sitting next to Hannah or something and kind of like leaning, maybe even leaning over a little bit against her, like a side parent snuggle. And, you know, something like that, or like, you know, and she could say something like just like this, or oh, so like make it a 4-panel. Okay, yeah. I was thinking we only had one more panel to work with. Yeah, the 4th could be them spending time, or the mom sitting and said, who said you're not? Or, well, that's close second. Yeah, that's a second. You could do that, or you could just have the single dialogue that I thought I was the best part of your day. And the mom's like, who says it's not both? Or something like that. Okay, so Jelly Beans isn't like a fixed panel count. But yeah, I think something where I kind of like the idea then you could do the 4 panels and use the 3rd to build that suspense of like, I thought I was the best part of your day. And then the 4th can be kind of the resolution that like, actually it's not just the coffee, it's the having coffee and this time sitting with Hannah is what's so special. What's the best part of the day for the mom. 'Cause let me tell you, as a parent, coffee is very important, but often, you know, also when we have those things, those kind of rituals or things that are the chances for us to spend that nice quiet time with our kids, like that is really a highlight of the day. So I think that anything that kind of gets at like maybe the coffee is this kind of ritual or this time that she uses is also time with Hannah. I think that hits the emotional beat. At least for me, that rings pretty true. The other way that you could take it, which is a very different direction, is in panel 3, you zoom in, because I'm assuming this is like morning when they're all up first, right? You have zoom in on Hannah and she's giving this long like, but I thought I was the most important part of your day. Like we do the blah, 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 like a longer dialogue that fills most of the frame. And then you zoom out on the 4th panel and the mom has like fallen asleep leaning on the counter waiting for the coffee to be made. Yes, I am. I am not a person actually who hides my tears. I am a movie crier and sometimes a happy song crier. I let the tears flow. It's good. But at any rate, yeah, I would take it. You could take it either of those 2 directions, depending on if you wanted to be more lighthearted or more like hit the more emotional note. It really depends on what you want to do with it. I can't remember if I specifically cried at that one, but in general, if you were to guess that I cried during a movie, it would be the correct guess. Oh my gosh, let me tell you what. Watching that movie when it first came out, before having kids, you know, and being early in our marriage and stuff, and then rewatching it again later, oh my gosh, there's so much unhealthy stuff in that movie. It's like, wow, it's a great story, but seriously, this is so unhealthy. Please don't, you know, this is not a good way for a relationship to go. It hit very differently rewatching it. We still enjoyed a lot of it. Enjoyed it quite a bit, but like at the same time, it's like some of this makes me cringe a little now, and it didn't at first. Oh, you know, time and perspective. They change things. But I will say thank you for the comic review time. That is fun to check it out, and I do really like your work. In case I didn't say that before. I don't know if I'm that twihard to do that, but I liked them. They're good. They had a really good sense of tone to the movie. The books were really good. We enjoyed reading through those. I recognize the unhealthy teen romance angles of it, but still enjoyable. Still quite enjoyable, if you ask me. And when you are in a relationship with your person, and you're like, there's something really indulgent in that, playing out that fantasy of like, what if it could just go on forever? What if, because I think when you're with your person, no amount of time will ever be enough time, and so kind of getting to indulge that fantasy of what if it could be forever, truly. Yeah, I think there's something really cool in that. Anyway, that's enough deep thoughts with Geoff. It's 12:20 and I do need to wrap up stream tonight, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun checking out that comic. I'm looking forward to seeing you wrap it up, Frank. Yeah, so I plan on being back next week. I'll probably be working on inking this comic again. I don't know that I'm going to do anything further on it in between, because I'm going to be busy doing finished spreads for our pitch for Gesundheit, our graphic novel. So probably I'll just be picking up right from where we're at, and trying to push through as much as we can on inks on the anthology piece, because that's, February 21st, that'll be due. So far going well, I think. Was hoping to get this page done, but it is a lot of panels. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining me. Thanks as always, Frank. Thanks for releasing me off to sleep. Yeah. Anybody else who joined, thanks for being here. We are a lurk positive environment as always, so I'm just glad you're here. If you're watching this the VOD on YouTube or Twitch, hey, thanks for being here too. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with me. Feel free to leave a comment, drop a like, follow or subscribe wherever you are. I appreciate your support there. And yeah, I just hope that you had a good time as I did. Otherwise, hope you have a good rest of your night. Hope you have a good week in between. I did want to give a heads up. I'm thinking about the idea of experimenting with doing some more kind of like unadvertised streams where I just I won't have camera on. I won't have like a mic probably. I'm just going to be drawing and maybe streaming it with some music while I'm working on some art in the background. I don't know that I'll be doing that in the upcoming week, but those may pop up in the future, so keep an eye out if you're interested in that. I know I did that one stream from when my son was in the hospital and I was there with him, where I had no mic or camera, and it was pretty smooth. It went all right. So we'll see. You'll allow it? Okay. I will try to at least be a little responsive on chat if I do that, and keep an eye on it. But yeah, it'll largely just be a quiet art stream if I do such a thing. So yeah, if you see that pop up at the non-standard time, that's probably what's happening. That again, that might not be this next week, but just thinking of some ideas and some stuff to try out. Yeah. All right. That is it, everybody. Again, thank you for being here. Hope y'all have a wonderful night and a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye.